Well, we made it to Iceland. We haven't had any sleep so far. Are you awake, Steve, or are you actually asleep with your eyes open?
With my eyes open.
Not much to see yet. Just the airport parking lot. Well, this is the bus we're taking to get to Landmannalaugar, and it's actually made to go through rivers and do a little off-roading because we're going to a pretty extreme place. Should be pretty cool. Well, just the bus ride alone has been pretty incredible. We're 3 hours into our bus ride. We still got an hour left, and we're about to get really crazy. Well guys, we've made it to Iceland. We've got about 6 days of hiking in front of us, only about 60 miles, but there's gonna be a lot of snow, rain, wind. It's gonna be pretty crazy. This is where we are camping on the first night. Everything's very tough to pronounce here in Iceland. I'm gonna do my best. This is Laugavegur, and I could be totally butchering that, but anyways, you take a bus in, which you guys saw us coming in on. You actually cross some streams to get to this location, and this location just opened 2 days ago, so we're some of the first people. Come July or August, this place is slammed, and we've got Joe, of course, from Zpacks, Buzz from Zpacks, our buddy Steve, who comes on a lot of hikes with us, and another friend and fellow through hiker, Ellie, that happened to be coming here at the same time, so she's going to be hiking with us as well. So it's going to be a great time, guys. We're going to get all packed up and we're going to get started. How was your sleep last night?
I slept about 12 hours.
That's good.
And it was daylight all night long.
I slept 4 hours, woke up at 10:30. I was awake for 4 hours. I watched the sunset and the sunrise. There was no difference. And then I slept another 4 hours.
Sunrise?
And it rained the whole time.
Sunrise and sunset at the exact same time. That's pretty unique.
They were like
show.
They were like an hour apart. The sun went down and then the sun went up, but it just kind of, it looked like this. It looked like it was overcast.
You're a robot. You really do talk a lot.
So you guys stayed warm?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
No, I got cold. And I woke up shivering, actually, shaking.
Well, this is the start of our hike. It's this way.
It rained almost the whole night. They said there's 10 feet of snow. I haven't seen that yet. We'll see.
Not yet. Yeah, I think someone that we were talking to yesterday said 15 kilometers of snow about midway through. So, well, we've got our first stream crossing already. Great to be back out here hiking. Pretty incredible start to our hike. 360-degree views. Just breathtaking. Well, I don't know how many people we're gonna see on this hike. Most people were just staying back there at base camp and doing day hikes.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, because there's about a 15-kilometer portion of the trail that's pretty up high and is completely covered in snow. So there are still people that are going across it, but most people aren't attempting it. Yeah, so Steve here, he's one of our customers now. He's a friend and hikes. He's been hiking with Joe and Matt for a while. Yeah, and the first time I met Joe and Matt was on a hike. We did a 60, I think it was like 64-mile hike from Newfound Gap parking lot in the Smokies on the AT to Hot Springs. And Steve was on that trip, so that's when I met Steve. And he comes on as many hikes as he can with us. Well, this is our first little snowy uphill. I've got my yak tracks on for the first time. I don't know if they'll help out much, but if not, I'll take them off. Well, we just kind of made it up to our first little plateau. We've got a lot of venting from the volcano here. I know we started way down there. The smoke has a very strong sulfur smell to it.
You just set up your tent right down there in that little spot and you stay nice.
Oh my God.
Like a sauna the whole night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you knew it wasn't going to rain, that'd be a good little cowboy spot.
Toxic gases won't hurt you at all.
I wonder what we're breathing in right now. It doesn't smell great.
See it? The green, yellow?
Yeah.
How's this climb, Steve? Steve?
What?
How's the climb?
I need my oxygen.
A little bit slower going up these steeper inclines in the snow.
How you feeling, Steve?
Man, I'm feeling great. Perfect hiking weather.
Well, we kind of made up our first little pass, climb up this little steep spot, and here's the top. When you sit in the office all day long, it's always tough to get back out here right off the couch and climb mountains, but I love it. Not many mountains to practice climbing on in Florida, however. Not to mention it was a lukewarm 95 degrees out when we left Florida, and now it's mid-30s, low 40s. Feels great. Well, you can see we're heading straight here, but way up there you can make out some people on top of a hill. Let's see. In the clouds. That's where we're heading.
Hey, Will.
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. How about you guys?
Getting up in the clouds now.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are.
And the sulfur.
Man, the sulfur. Well, we got another good little climb up into the clouds through the snow. We're already in the clouds, the spot where we saw earlier. You can see we are up in the clouds now. We just came up and over this little hump. Pretty incredible hike so far. This is great, huh, Joe?
This is fun.
Yeah, this is cool.
Steve's up there swearing. He's not doing good.
Yeah, our buddy Steve's got a hurt knee, and
Started the hike with a bum
yeah,
knee.
he was limping before we started, so. But he's tough. I'm sure he'll survive as long as it doesn't rain. It's his weakness. That's everybody's weakness. Nobody likes to be cold and wet. Well, we are definitely in the clouds now. We had to kind of slow down back there because it was hard to tell where to go. But we just kept kind of walking flat area. We noticed a few footsteps and footprints, and now we found a post, and you can see one off in the distance up there too. So it's pretty well marked. They hadn't put all of the sticks in to the mounts earlier on, since not many people are doing this trek right now. because of the snow, but it's not too hard for us to navigate. Right now, I just always say, slow it down a little bit and take your time. It's a little bit more nerve-wracking if you're by yourself and you're in the clouds like this, where you can't really see that far. We're heading off into the wide abyss here. Back home, I was reading. Unfortunately, a girl passed away this winter on Mount Whitney. She was hiking with some friends, and it was obviously a lot of snow. This wasn't too long ago, maybe a month or so ago. She decided to turn around when she got near the top and head back by herself. She's never smart. I think it's pretty important to try to stay together with your group, unless if you're real experienced, but even so, then it's still dangerous. She wandered a little bit off trail because it was hard to navigate because of all the snow, and unfortunately she stepped on what she thought was packed snow, but it was a waterfall chute. She fell about 100 feet to her death. I think it's important out here in these kind of conditions. You want to try to stay on the route if you can. Sometimes it can be tough though, because everything kind of looks the same, especially when you're in the clouds. Am I going crazy, or is that the sky?
Oh wow! I was wondering what the heck that was over there.
Kind of looks like the sky out there.
Huh, what?
I have to be.
I didn't realize they had
Maybe I'm
sky
hallucinating.
Here.
I don't know. Wow.
Let's take a picture.
This is.
That's the time we saw the sky in Iceland. The other day at the office.
It could be super miserable. Just a little tweak and it'd be horrible.
But it's not.
If it was raining, it'd be so much worse.
Yeah.
And basically, we're surrounded by rain with this cloud. It's just not letting loose.
It doesn't smell like rain, so that's a good sign. It smells like snow.
Like snow.
Well, we're coming up on a pretty cool looking spot. We were supposed to pass a hot spring, at least from some of the reports I had read. I don't know if this is it. I'd be real cautious about jumping in some of these things.
Jesus, he's come back. Stay there.
That feels good, man. Yeah, it's pretty warm.
Like scalding water.
Not too bad of a water source.
Should check it out. See if it's warm over there.
I'll get it.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's get the water for it. Can you come up? I probably could, yeah. That's don't worry, Steve, I got it for you.
Is this first time you got water out of an ice cave, Buzz?
It sure is.
There's a pretty cool ice cave, so you know we had to walk off trail to go check it out. I want to fall in that. Big wall of ice right here. We were trying to decide if we could fit in this thing without ducking. Man, jeez. Look at that. Whoa. That's pretty wild. Yep, I think we can fit in here without ducking. Whoa, this is crazy. Ah, that's pretty cool. Walk in an ice cave, check that box. Well, we made it all the way through there. Oh, we got more hikers. That was cool. Look how beautiful this is.
Yeah.
Man.
Drink from the glacier?
No, oh, I need to do that. Well, we're still by the ice cave, so we figured we might as well go back through the ice cave instead of walking around it. Right, Buzz? Oh, wait, the other way. That's a totally different tunnel.
It's a totally different tunnel.
Whoa.
That's how people get hurt.
A little muddy. Drinking from a glacier, from an ice cave.
Wanna try it?
Yeah. Look at me. That was cool.
I'm glad we didn't go down that one.
I don't even know where that would have taken us.
Yeah, over there.
That was a workout, huh?
Yeah. The sun finally popped out for a second.
Yeah, it did.
Nice.
Feels good.
It went from freezing to hot in a second.
Well, now we've kind of officially hit the snow area. See some huge vents over there. Much bigger than the ones we were just at down there.
Man, my shit ain't working right.
I've got you so far. I think we'll definitely burpee real loud. I don't know if one of those was a fart. Oh yeah, oh, I definitely did.
That was Ellie.
I don't think so. I don't think so. We were just talking about how it kind of feels like we're in the middle of the desert or something. It's kind of got this feel to it. Well, here's what we were looking at.
You can see where we're going.
Yeah.
All those people way up there.
Yeah.
So which nice grassy spot do you want to put our tents on?
It's tough to decide because the hut looks like it's under snow. Oh wait, that's just the outhouse. There's the hut. Okay.
Also under snow.
I think there's people here, or their windows are open.
Another door. It's like a door that goes to another door.
Maybe I should. Can you authorize my jokes? But now I have to run them all by you, though.
That's very kind of you, Steve. Thank you.
You know, he's going to knock next because you did that.
Yeah. I'm ready for
I might.
it.
Head down.
Depends on if Steve gives me something even better next time.
Well, we've been playing a
Oh, it's just the three of
we've been playing a card game of hate over here. But it sure has been fun.
We just found out that it's like hot and warm in there, but we can't go in.
Nope.
We were gonna camp out here, and now we can't.
We thought this place was abandoned, but we were definitely wrong about that. So we're gonna
My
hike
turn
on.
again.
We're gonna hike on into that.
Abyss.
And there's the hut. Well, we've got all of our tents set up here. I mean, this is definitely the best campsite that I've ever camped at in my entire life. And it also comes with the best water source I think I've ever seen before. It's kind of tough to get to. So here we are, right down at the bottom of this water source. Man, look at this wall of ice. Just out in the middle of nowhere. At least it seems that way. It's a cabin right out there. There's our camping spot for the night. And then over that bluff is where we're heading tomorrow. Well, everybody's asleep. It's about 9:15 at night. And as you can tell, the sun is still in the sky. Obviously, you can see behind me, it's behind the clouds, so if the clouds clear out, it's just going to be completely sunny out here again. But the sun does dip below the horizon here, but the sky doesn't actually ever get much darker than what you see kind of this direction. We're all the way down there. But I just really wanted to explore some more. We got plenty of sleep last night. We got in our tents at 8, and we didn't get up till 8. So I got 12 hours of sleep last night, so plenty of time to do some exploring. 360 degrees of just breathtaking views. That's a pretty big mountain out there. Well, it's the start of day 2, and we're gonna be going about 15 miles today. We have a really big river crossing once we get out of this snow. Fun way to start off hiking in the morning, walking through pretty deep snow. We got a little downhill, and then we're actually going to be going up to the top of that ridge line, and then we should be dropping down on the other side, straight down, and we should be out of the snow. So that'll be nice because it definitely slows you down. It's way more draining on the legs. I'm doing a little skiing. Definitely walking on a frozen riverbed. It's probably pretty hollow underneath it. And then we're going straight up. Well, the wind really isn't slowing down, and this looks like clouds that are flying by us here. But this is sulfuric smoke again, so it just it's really smells pretty nasty, and it's kind of hard to breathe when you walk through it. Well, we just got to a pretty cool crossing. It's like a little snow bridge over the stream. Flows down into the ice here, and we just got off of that ridge that was just blasting us with the wind. So it feels good to be out of that. See it flowing right out from underneath that cave. That was pretty cool, huh? Here we are at our first river crossing. Doesn't look so bad. Well, we made it over to the other side of the mountain, and it looks totally different over here, really green. Pretty wild. It was straight down. We're still going down. Very glad we weren't going northbound, because this would have been a rough climb. I'm ready to be down here to flat ground. We've been going downhill for straight down just like this for 20 minutes or so. Me and Joe have been moving real fast. Oh, it feels good to be out of the wind and the rain. We were a lot higher than I even realized. We didn't climb a ton on our first day, so I think we must have gotten dropped off pretty high. I mean, we did do some climbing, not the amount that we just came down. So different than what we saw for the first 2 days. And now we can just get the sun to peek through and dry us off some because we're soaked. We came from way up there in the clouds, and I do not miss being up there. We've got about 2 hours. We're gonna hit a hut here shortly. We're gonna have lunch there. And then in another 2 hours or so, we're gonna be to our major river crossing. Well, we stopped back there. There was a hut on a lake. It was so windy and cold and wet that I wasn't able to film it. We are expecting a substantial amount of rain tomorrow. Today it was raining, and everything I had got soaked. My Patagonia rain suit soaked through. So unfortunately I was completely wet, and it was really considered just a cloudy day. Well, we got our first stream crossing here. This one's not too deep. It's the next one that's deep. Not too bad, huh?
No, I don't even think I got wet.
Here comes Sparky. It's a little bit harder without trekking poles. I think on the bigger one, we might have to lock arms or something. Five for five. How was that, Steve?
Chilly. He looks so bad. He's like a sheet of water.
I know. I mean, I need one of these new Zpacks rain suits right there.
I'm completely dry under here.
Not bad.
We had a river crossing earlier. My pants didn't even get
Joe's
wet.
pants didn't even get wet. I don't really know how that's possible, but he pulled it off.
Yeah. I don't know. But this is nice.
Yeah, this is nice.
We walked 5 kilometers, and now we have another little hut.
And we got to this hut faster than I thought we would.
Of course, they want $5 to go inside.
Yeah,
but...
yeah. Well, whatever. I'm wet now. I'm not going inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is I don't know when we should have our bigger river crossing coming up soon, but after the last one wasn't too bad. I'm sure this one won't be that bad either. Well, we're about to be to the big river crossing. But at least we got a footbridge for this one. Well, we made it to the bigger river crossing. What do you think, Joe? It doesn't look that big, does it? Huh.
Hey, can you find a better spot? Go find a better spot.
I just want to see what it's like at the very end. Joe made it look easy, but we want easier. We want even easier. Well, Cannonball is currently halfway across one section of the stream, and he's readjusting, and he's continuing onward. He's got good movement. He's got his legs spread wide, which is good form. There you go. Thanks, Buzz. There goes Posh. He has a new trail named Posh. Here she goes.
You really just didn't want to get their pants wet.
This was a good crossing right here.
It's got a good swift current to it. There we go. We all made it. We're all dry,
Yeah.
primarily.
Awesome.
Now where do we go? Stopped, the wind's not as bad, and we're in good spirits now after our morning stroll through the storms, and then we were way up high. We can't even hardly see those mountains. They're all in the clouds still, so probably still rough hiking up there. We're loving this. We're done with all of the river crossings. Now we've just got a nice stroll to the hut. Well, we've hiked through a lot of different ground surfaces so far on this hike, and as you can see, it's now just pure sand. Pretty special indeed. Okay, we're leaving this little valley behind. We'll see what's on the other side. Well, it's the start of day 3. Here's where we slept last night in the rain. It was really windy when we got here. We had to find a place that had some cover from the wind. We found this little embankment. It wasn't too bad, but then the rain just started real hard and the wind stopped. The trail is actually over there, and we're gonna be heading that direction. There's another hut and maybe about 1.5 miles. And then we've got 9 miles to do past that, and it's supposed to rain all day today. Today is supposed to be our rainiest day, and then we're gonna be getting to a little bit more of a town where we're gonna do some day hikes and maybe stay for a 0 day, or we might hike on and have an extra day in Reykjavik. So it's gonna be a rainy, wet day today. We're ready for it. Well, we've been hiking for about 15 minutes. We're definitely wet, cold, but it's worth it. It would be a pretty beautiful hike though if it's still beautiful even though it's wet, but if it was clear, it would be nice. Well, we just made it to the hut. We were up high. We came over the ridge and the hut was just right down here, right where I stopped filming last time. And so you can see the glacier straight back there through the mist and the clouds. And this is Hrafntinnusker Hut here. I'll let you guys see how they spell it because everything is kind of difficult to pronounce here in Iceland, but wow, what a cool place here. This one is, all of them have been really unique and situated in a pretty cool place, but yeah, here we go. This is it.
Yeah, we're heading on. Yeah.
This might be the prettiest hut so far.
Well, I don't know. Were you on Altamont?
Do I?
Haven't you been in Altamont?
We came from that way. We don't ever.
Oh, you're coming from Thorsmore?
No, we came from that way.
Oh,
Yeah. This one just looked really nice when you came over the hill and you could see the glacier back there.
Right.
Bigger.
Ah, you mean the view from?
Yeah, the view. Yeah.
And the hut, that's like the red roofs.
Yeah, it looks pretty. Looks pretty.
It's a nice day.
Yes.
Come out and enjoy the weather.
You can now sing in the rain.
Yeah, we can.
Where are you from?
The United States, New York.
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah. It's about 95 degrees Fahrenheit, so very hot in Florida
All right.
when we left.
Okay.
This is a lot different.
Yeah, a lot different, more different than lots. Yes. And also the landscape and everything is probably, I assume,
Yeah.
very different from the States.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is different than any place I've ever been.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you can imagine you are in the moon.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we were saying when we were walking back there.
Especially when you look over there in the mountains and something. I have a girlfriend which is from Spain, and she was just saying this morning she was looking over. This is unreal.
Yeah. It truly is.
It felt unreal for her because in Spain this doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
That's not you like it, but you are not so lucky by the weather. But you have a proper clothes I can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
No. Well, no,
I
it's
don't
not
mind
so
too
cold.
much. We had a little sun yesterday, so
Yes,
I mean, sun comes out every now and then.
And the day before yesterday, it was very good, no?
Was it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, we didn't have much rain. We were in the snow.
Ah, you were in Hrafntinnusker.
Yeah, so we were in the snow. It was real foggy.
Deep
Exactly.
snow up
So
there.
we couldn't see so much the sun. It was very sunny here all day long.
There's the hut as we've walked away from it. So we're leaving the moonwalk behind. Actually, we still might have a little bit of it left. Really look like the moon. So we've got a nice easy walk to Thorsmork, which is where we're going to be staying for the next 2 nights and do a bunch of day hikes. So it should be nice. Well, we're heading downhill and it's just beautiful, unbelievable, the greens. And I don't know if it's how clear my camera is, but man, there's a deep canyon down there too at the bottom. It's not raining real hard right now too, which is kind of nice. Well, we are coming down to the canyon. We're gonna cross a river, and off in the distance, if it'll focus, is a huge glacier that we were seeing. It's just the other side of it. Here's Joe and Buzz down here, and Ellie. Well, we've kind of gotten to like a miniature Devil's Postpile like you see on the PCT in California from, I think, the same thing, volcanic formations. Of course, the one there is a little bit more spectacular, but this is the same type of thing. Beautiful from up here on this overlook. The glacier up there. Well, we're hiking into our first forest. We're probably about an hour away from our stop for the day, where there's actually, rumor has it, there's a restaurant there. So we'll see what that's all about. Kind of getting hungry just thinking about it. Oh man, these trees smell really good. It smells nice, yeah. Is it pretty far down? It's hard to tell, but pretty steep drop off. Pretty cool. Well, we came from way over there, and for the last 30 minutes or so walked along that plateau, and there's actually a deep canyon there with a river. We crossed that, and now we've walked up here. The glacier that we're walking around is smaller than some of the ones, the one in the northeast, but still huge. But it's definitely not the biggest glacier in Iceland. This has been an incredible hike, and we might arguably still have the prettiest section ahead of us. Well, we're at maybe our last stream crossing. We just got to like a thicker area of actual trees, and we saw this flower, which we think is lavender.
Looks a lot like lavender.
Yeah?
Smells like lavender.
It's real pretty. That smells so good.
Honeybee right there.
Yeah, this stuff was all over the sides of the roads when we were driving here. We could see it everywhere in Reykjavik. Not much wildlife around here. We've only really seen some birds, a beetle, some mosquitoes, and like a bumblebee. I think that's about it. We've been told there are foxes here. Well, we are now straight up walking through. Nice little forest. Beautiful, the flowers. As you've seen, there's been nothing like this so far. We're in the Green Tunnel. Not on the AT, but the Green Tunnel of Iceland right now.
Tina probably
Nee,
take
du
it.
hast doch noch gesagt, dieser eine Hof, der ist der große. Ja,
Wir können auch einen Ältester ausmachen.
dann haben wir noch Red.
Aber der Hof ist ja schon wieder gigantisch, wenn du da
Not now.
vorbeifährst.
If I not, because we lose.
Ja, bestimmt.
But if I keep going,
So we've spent the last 36 hours in this building, playing games. And Buzz is now Posh, and this is all the food he's gonna pretty much have left over. It's nice stuff too, like Patagonia. It's pretty much all Patagonia food. Yeah. Yeah, this has been fun. Tomorrow we hike again. Well, we started off on our last full day of hiking, 18 miles today, but we are about to be going up in between two glaciers. It's a big, big climb, our biggest climb of the hike, and this will be the hardest day of hiking. Well, this is the trek that we're about to start. Waterfall, I think.
So we got about 25.7K from
We
here.
did not just do 5 kilometers.
No, we did 4.3. It
Doesn't
was just
feel-
really easy, that's all.
It's a fun bridge.
Pretty cool bridge.
It's on wheels because the river moves through here. Changes locations frequently, they said. Whoa. It's bouncy. Well, we're starting to climb on our last trek and put some pretty cool rocks that we're kind of hiking by.
Look at that gap, bro.
Are we at the top?
No.
Let's look at the view from here. Pretty far down. We'll be passing them shortly. Well, this was definitely the spot that was a little bit narrow. So if you're afraid of heights, you know, it's pretty straight down on both sides for a long way. I mean, you can see, wow, way down there.
Dude, it's treacherous with the degree.
You can see it's definitely a pretty substantial fall. That's probably the sketchiest part right there, because that big rock, but it's a drop off. If you're afraid of heights, this would be a little nerve-wracking, but it'd be way worse if it was icy or wet, for sure.
There's a off route up here. You guys want to take the
The high route?
adventure route?
Well, we made it past the area that was a little sketchy. Gonna be on top of that mountain in front of us. Looks like that's where we're heading. Look at that. Beautiful. Well, we've come a long way since the hut. That's where we were this morning before we crossed the river there. And now we're all the way up here. And we're about to be climbing up right there. There's another group in front of us. It's the first time we've actually hit like groups of people like this. Pretty good view behind us right now, that's for sure. Not too much further to the top. Buzz is already there. Joe is about to be there.
How was that climb? It's good. That was a bit challenging, that was fun. The rest of the crew. Woo! Give us a little choo-choo. Choo-choo!
Well, we're on the top of the plateau. See the glacier out there. Not too far from it now. It's massive. We got it over there as well. Over there. It's pretty incredible. Yeah.
Love it.
It's pretty awesome, huh?
This is so cool. What a steep climb up, and then look at this.
And then it's like flat up here.
Yeah, where they filmed the moon landing.
I know, right? This is just really cool section of the trail right now. Super flat, and right there where the clouds hit the mountain, we're going up again. So we probably still got another, I don't know, we're at 3,000 something feet right now. According to my watch, it's probably a little off because I've not set it, but it gives you a general idea. Can't see the top because of the clouds. It's chilly up here. I'm going to put my jacket on soon. Well, we just had lunch at the flat spot up there, and now we've got our last push up. About to be back in snow. Pretty big drop off. You can see the flat area that we were just at, the plateau. We had lunch over there by that pile of rocks. Pretty incredible. Man, you can see out there the mountains where we were the last few days. Yeah, you don't want to slip here because it's a fall. It's a fall from here. Man. Okay, I'm gonna put my camera up. It's a little too risky to film. Pretty sketchy. Don't fall down. I don't think I've ever been anywhere like this place. This place is insane.
Yeah, that's where a glacier just sheared that off flat.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is sick. This is better than Mont Blanc.
You
right
think?
Here. This spot, yeah.
Got our last little shot up to what we think is the top. You got Steve coming on up.
It's coming, baby.
Wow. Man,
Here we go.
what a climb.
Yeah.
What a climb. This is cool.
It's
You ever done this?
amazing trail.
You ever done this before?
No, nothing like
Yeah.
this.
This is
Love
insane.
it.
This is insane.
Yeah.
Man, look, you can see the people all the way back down there where we had lunch.
For
Yeah.
as much elevation gain, it hasn't been that hard.
Yeah, it really hasn't. This has been the only real hard day, I think. Starting down there in the valley floor. Yeah. Okay, we'll keep
great
on
day.
going. Great day.
Warm.
Yeah, it's perfect.
No
Perfect.
rain.
Can't beat it. It's pretty vertical right here.
stuff.
Yeah, it is.
It's like a 30% grade.
Well, we made it to the top.
Joe was saying that that red stuff is algae that grows during the summertime. See that red hue out in the sun, out in the
Oh, oh yeah, I do see.
there.
Yeah, there is like a red tint to it.
Yeah, it's algae apparently.
Wow, that grows on the surface of the glacier.
Yeah, during the summertime, I guess.
Wow.
That was pretty vertical, huh?
Yeah, that was probably the steepest climb that I've done.
Straight up.
I was
a bit slippery too.
Yeah, it was a little bit more mountaineering than it was hiking.
Yeah,
That's like the toughest level of hiking, I think. Right before like entry level mountaineering.
Yeah.
In 2010, this is a volcano. It actually erupted. So we're kind of standing at the top of it. So you can see it's just black everywhere. You can feel the warmth from the ground.
Well, we've been on top of a volcano and underneath the ice cave. Which one do you like better?
Man, that's a tough one. Probably top of the volcano.
Yeah.
Ice cave was pretty neat though.
It's pretty cool.
But this view takes the cake. Now we got more snow here. Up this little hill, and we'll see what's on the other side. It looks like, yeah, I don't know, there should be a hut up here eventually. And then we're gonna start our downhill descent. And it's a pretty good long descent, probably about 9 miles of descent or so. We just came out of the snow here. You can see the glacier just climb up into the clouds up there. Pretty wild. You can see the ocean up there. It's not sky if you keep looking. It looks like sky, but it's actually the ocean. Pretty cool bathroom. Pretty hut. Well, we just played some cards and had a little break inside this wonderful hut right here. Our last hut on top of this mountain. We're gonna be going down to the water. It's been a great hike. What do you think, Joe?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I like all the snow.
Yeah.
That's why we came when we came, when there was a lot of snow.
What do you think about this one compared to Patagonia?
For me, it was better.
Yeah.
But this was second.
Yeah. Great. We still have a great waterfall ahead of us. Well, I think we're leaving the snowy mountains behind, start heading downhill a little bit. That was a cool place though, huh, Buzz? Look at the clouds on top of the mountain there. It looks like snow. It's pretty wild looking. Well, we're climbing down and we've got a pretty good sized waterfall. We started following the river and you can see the water coming right out. The waterfall must be falling right underneath that glacier. It's pretty cool. The river's getting pretty swift and large, and once we get down to the bottom, we're gonna hit the granddaddy of all waterfalls here in this area of Iceland, that's for sure. Man, this bridge is kind of falling apart a little bit. Pretty cool. This is a cool spot to see the waterfall. This is not the biggest waterfall, but there's a couple good sized ones on our way down. Look at this little outcropping. Wow, look at that. Man, that's a good one. It's our first good waterfall on trail. This is definitely the coolest waterfall so far. Just beautiful, it really is. The greens all around. Well, this place has turned into a waterfall paradise. There are literally waterfalls everywhere coming down. It's a huge one right here. And drops deep down into there. Just canyons. Look at all the water coming down. Well, it's our last day, our last morning. We camped pretty close out here in the grassland last night. You can see there's sheep everywhere. Waterfalls are breathtaking. A lot different morning today than what it was last night. It was beautiful and sunny, and of course today it's more of your typical Icelandic weather, rainy and cold. But when we get down to the bottom, the bus should be waiting for us. It's supposed to depart at 8:15, and it's about 7:15, and we left ourselves about 2.5 miles, so not bad. Gonna miss this place. It was fun, wonderful, wonderful hike. Just another beautiful vantage point. You can see Ellie and Steve hiking towards us right there. Just incredible way to finish a hike, man. If you're going up and over multiple glaciers and snow and volcanoes, and then to finish with this green waterfall paradise. It's been an amazing hike. Wow. My goodness, that's a waterfall right there, huh? Wow.
Pretty neat, huh?
Pretty cool.
Look straight down.
Oh yeah. Wow, it's beautiful here. Man. Coming down the stairs to the bottom, and then we should have a good view of the waterfall from down here. This is a great ending, huh? Wow. Well, it was a great hike. This is a great ending. We're ready to get warm in the bus. Wonderful way to finish a hike. Bye-bye, Iceland.